Alright, so someone told me to look up the bacon avocado thing. I don't want teenagers talking like that on my profile, so I'm gonna do... Gosh. I literally just looked up controversial things. It said libs of TikTok was very controversial.
The video you're watching here sparked national attention after it went viral on TikTok. A Wisconsin mom says her disabled daughter was pushed off to the side during a school music program, but what happened next is even more troubling. After the mother posted the video and said she was considering homeschooling her daughter because of what happened, police showed up at her doorstep. She was asked to take the video down. And then the district hired an attorney to threaten her with a defamation lawsuit simply for speaking about what happened to her child. Parents have the right to speak up for their children. Using legal threats to silence a parent is outrageous. That's why the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty is stepping...
Hold your horses.
...off to the side during a school music program. But what happened next is even more troubling. After the mother posted the video and said she was considering homeschooling her daughter because of what happened, police showed up at her doorstep. She was asked to take the...
Yeah, that's fucked. That's fucked. The whole thing. If the teacher wasn't even attempting to make that little girl in part of and included in what was going on, then that mother truly has every right to be fucking pissed. Excuse my language. She has every right to be mad. No kid should ever be treated that way. No kid should not understand why they're being treated different than the other kids. So without a doubt, I agree with you there. But sending the police? What's going on? You can... What in the heck? There were teachers my parents didn't like. There was this one teacher in 5th grade my mom was so concerned about me getting, which I got. She went to the principal because she said I would be such a bad match with her, and I would have gotten expelled if I had her as a homeroom teacher. So, parents, 1,000 should be able to speak up for their kid, and not just one parent either. It's beyond the point. Let's keep it going.
More views, more followers, faster growth.
A list of all of the healthcare companies. Loads of them right here. We want healthcare.
No, it's okay.
Yes, we'd like to speak about getting healthcare here.
No.
Why can't I get healthcare here?
No, wait.
Warning, you are under video surveillance. No trespassing, security, armed. This is the strangest place I've ever been to get healthcare. Just a bunch of different places. Healthcare here, healthcare right here. Another healthcare company right here. There are 3 healthcare companies inside of this building right here in this room of 7C. Now we have another Helping Hands, Home Care LLC, another healthcare company. Present Help right here. We're looking for the best rates of healthcare here inside this building because we have so many options. Who can we talk about getting the best healthcare?
I don't know.
No?
Sorry.
All right. We will not get any healthcare here. David, this is one of the stranger places I've ever been. Literally, healthcare every door you go to, yet nobody will give you a rate. How much money do you think's been funneled through this building?
Every year, I would say 50 to 60 million at least.
And this 1,000% I guarantee is truthful because I've been involved. Can I do this now? Hold on.
However, when we left,
okay. Hold on. So I had to research the statute of limitations on something. So when I was in Florida, I was involved in something called the South Florida Shuffle. Which actually, you know what? Hold on. South Florida Shuffle.
I was a victim of body brokering, also known as medical trafficking, from 2016 to 2018 in South Florida. And it's a really dark world that I don't think a lot of people know about. So I just wanted to talk about my experience and spread awareness. Body brokering is a really evil type of healthcare fraud used by unethical treatment facilities to take advantage of people struggling with addiction. And people have made hundreds of millions of dollars doing it.
There was this guy, dude, he would come to our sober living home at night. He would just keep cranking insurance bills to his wife's name because he was a convicted felon. He would come and drop off a half ounce of heroin to everyone in the house to use that night. This man was caught tying female clients up for men to rape. I'm not exaggerating this. Not every single one of them was evil like that, but Kenny Chapman was an evil, conniving little piece of shit. All he was is some hood dude who realized that drug addiction care pays more than selling crack, which is what he was freaking convicted of. Dude showing up in Gucci suits, threatening to fight clients all the time. If they wanted to leave, if they did leave, they had to run away and be picked up by somebody. That is not a healthy treatment environment. And if you came down there from upstate, say that was your first rehab, you didn't know anything about the shuffle, right? And this would happen to people. They would come up from freaking Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, wherever the fuck, maybe Cincinnati, and they literally, oh my gosh, it's just so sad because the man would be calling their parents saying he's doing great, he's opening up, he's doing, and these people are coming straight from addiction, coming down to Florida. All they have to do is give them their insurance card and they get free heroin. They're not gonna ever recover. That's sick. I am so glad that motherfucker got prison time. I am so glad, and I do not wish prison on a lot of people. Excuse my language for this. This is one of my biggest things. I used to think it was funny. You know, honestly, as a 30-year-old man, if somebody that I love needed to get care and I found out that my insurance was paying a place like this, I would be pissed too. Gosh.
Horrible. News Nation's Brooke Schaefer has the story of one woman who got stuck in what's known as the Florida Shuffle.
In 2016, Bree Janes was desperate for help. She'd spent years addicted to pills and heroin. She searched online for treatment centers, hoping to stay close to home in upstate New York. Instead, she says she was told to head to Florida.
So automatically, I thought this was great. I told my family I was going to go for a month and I was going to get my life together.
But what she found in Florida,
I went there for a month. I was there for 2 years.
she says, wasn't the quick help she expected.
I go to Florida, I get bought and sold by marketers that hold drugs over my head, my stuff over my head, my dignity over my head.
Some of these places were dirty. There was no food. You were literally in these awful neighborhoods.
In a matter of about 6 months, Jane says she was bound.
I don't mean to be emotional, but I know so many people down there. They're never coming home. Their parents sent them down and they got them back in a body bag. That's fucked up. That is fucked up.
Around, landing in dozens of drug rehab facilities.
Okay, let me just give you a rundown. So you would go into a detox facility, which is usually about a week, maybe a little more if you wanted to get your taper a little longer. Then you would go to a inpatient or PHP, partial hospital placement program, right? So you do that for 2 weeks. Then these people called the marketers, body brokers, literally will pick you up from the rehab, leaving AMA. They'll keep their stuff with you because they'll hold it over your head. Like, you can't leave here. You have to come back in 3 days for your ID and stuff, which literally, it makes people stuck. You can't leave. Holding an ID over someone's motherfucking head is so fucked up. I am really sorry about my language in this. Oh my gosh. I'm saying stuff without realizing it. This is something like I just hate. I think it's disgusting. I think it's absolutely gross. And the girls that had to go through this shit down there. God, I mean, I love the friends I have in Florida. They were seriously some of the best people I ever met. And I'm so happy that I see people having families and they're happy. They're not on this shit no more. Gosh. And in a sick, roundabout way, I really miss it. I miss Florida. because it was literally the craziest, most chaotic time of my entire fucking life. It's where I learned how to use a needle. It's where I learned to smoke crack. It's where, yeah, I went down there because I was sniffing too much heroin. I came back worse. Way worse. Worse than anyone thought I could ever be. Worse than I ever thought I'd be. I've gone down there a total of 3 separate times. The last treatment program I went to was not in Florida. And honestly, like, I went, and I really think God had this plan for me, because it wasn't a Christian program, but it was literally in the midst of being reprogrammed, kind of restructured. They were getting rid of a lot of counselors, bringing in new ones, right? So I was in this midst of kind of like this, they're changing the rules. So I was grandfathered in with these rules that I was allowed to keep my cell phone with me at all times. Never in a million years. Never in a million years. I mean, we literally got to do whatever, how we wanted. But anyway, we were like a family down there. And that's what happens when you go to these kind of places, is you literally, you create family members. You never forget these people. And I literally have told myself for the last 39 months sober today. 39. I have 39 months sober today. It's been hard because this child custody case, ex leaving the state, all that. It's been difficult. I'm not gonna air all my shit out on here, but gosh, oh my god. Like, I know probably that I will never see those people from Tennessee ever again, but they were a family to me. There were 4 of us there. Well, there's a 5th person that came after, but there's 4 people that were there. Me, Scott, Ellen, and Carla, and it was like a family. And the man who came in to reprogram, his name was Ben, and he was incredibly knowledgeable about the Bible. He did not come into this place to make it a faith-based program. It's just that the 4 of us collectively all had the same faith, and he was a licensed or a ordained minister. So he would give us a sermon every Sunday, and it was sermons that I never really heard. They were so personal, and I was 2 feet away from him on a couch, and he taught us so much. I mean, he taught us so much that I have never learned at other rehabs, because they have a protocol they have to go through. They, oh gosh, I can't remember, like time bomb tactics and what's it called? Gosh, I've been through a million of the programs. I don't remember what it's called. CTC something therapy. I don't know. It's like the shit they do in jails. And the fact that I know if I go to another place, that the whole cycle of missing people after they leave is going to happen again. And I still miss the people I met in Tennessee, and I love them. I love them. And I will never forget them. And it sucks that life moves on. I mean, one lives in Oklahoma, 2 of them are from Tennessee. I'm in Cincinnati, you know what I mean? Like, life just moves forward, and it has been, like I said, it's been over 3 years since I've been inside a treatment facility of any kind, and I'm proud of that. I am very proud of that. I have not put a needle in my arm in 39 months today. I just know if I go, like, I feel like it'll ruin the memory I have of the last place I went. And that memory, the last time I decided to use, I've never been the type that can just kick it home. I always have to be put somewhere, a detox, a jail, someplace I can't escape, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I really want to watch the South Florida Shuffle shit, to be completely honest with you. Alright, let's look up something a little less serious.